Namaste and welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua, and for this practice, you'll want to have 2 blocks, a strap, a bolster, and a blanket as you see here, or anything that you can use at home that can substitute these items. I'm going to invite you to start with your 2 blocks. One, just set aside, and the other, if this is appropriate for you to sit in at the start, supported hero's pose, Virasana, in which you place the block between your ankles to sit on and make sure your toes are pointing back. Set your knees close together in front of you. And if this is not appropriate, find a way that allows you to ground and sit upright and relax, entering your asana yoga practice. This week, so last week we were focusing on the theme of harmony. And this week, I'd like to invite you to focus on the theme of reverence. Dictionary definitions of reverence allude to respect, deep respect for something that is greater than oneself, or a sense of awe. So here's a self-inquiry question you might bring into your practice today and afterwards. What are the ways in which you cultivate reverence in your daily life? And why is it important to cultivate reverence? Well, one thing that I have been practicing quite a bit in the past few years since our recent my recent trips to Peru, being in the presence of energy healers from indigenous groups such as the Shipibo tribe in the Amazon rainforest and the Quiro descendants of the Incas in the Andes. One of the things that I learned through their example is their everyday ways of offering gratitude to something greater than themselves, whether it's the mountains before they go walking out in the countryside, or it's the sun and the ancestors before they eat a meal. There is a continuous reverence for the many things that make up day-to-day life, which can be easily overlooked and taken for granted. So that's what I'm going to invite you through much of our practices this week, starting with today. So let's begin by sitting still and observing in our different layers of being what's present. I invite you to practice mindfulness in which you're paying attention in the present moment without judging what you're observing, so as to open your mind, so as to see more clearly what's right here. Start to notice any sensations you're feeling in your physical body. Sensing the ways that your body is communicating, including through aches and pains and tensions, as well as openness and pleasurable feelings. Notice what you're working with in your physical being. Begin to notice the way your body is breathing without changing or controlling the breath. You might sense the fluidity of the breath, or the depth, or the pace. Again, ways that you are receiving communication about how your energy and your nervous system is right now. Notice what you're working with there. And then bring your attention to how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. Sensing the quality of your attention, even what your attention has been drawn to lately. Noticing anything that feels most alive in your heart energy center. sensing what you're working with mentally and emotionally. And now let's start to deepen the breath, filling up through the nostrils and exhaling through the mouth several times. Each new breath becoming slightly more expansive, more releasing. Letting the deepened breaths bring a sense of slower, calmer state to your mind body. And so in the beginning of our practice, I invite you to offer gratitude, and that is such a huge way that we can practice reverence, not taking for granted the smallest seeming things of our day-to-day lives. So what is something right now that you can offer gratitude for? Or that you can offer gratitude to? Who or what is currently supporting your well-being? And now begin to clarify an intention you may have for this practice. What would you like to focus your mind on cultivating? Letting the energy of your movements and actions support that. And then think of those around you, near or far. Is there someone or something you would like to dedicate your practice to today? A way of making an offering of your efforts to benefit someone else besides yourself. And now let's join our voices to open our practice, chanting the sound of interconnection, Om, 3 times. Let in a deep breath. And now I invite you to, if you can, breathe just through the nose so the mouth is closed to help us warm up our bodies for movement. And let's begin a breathing practice that helps us to balance our energy while calming and focusing our minds and our bodies. It's called Ujjayi Pranayama, which means victorious breathing. And it's done by closing the lips, softly narrowing the back of your throat, and intentionally creating a very gentle whispering sound that you can listen to in your breathing, while regulating your breath, that it's slow in and just the slow out, creating smooth transitions in the breath. So listen to a few cycles as you're sitting still here and establish a slow and steady rhythm that you can listen to and move your body to, especially in the first half of our practice, the vinyasa flow. Now reach for your second block, and with your palms facing each other, extend your arms forward, hugging the block without gripping the block with your fingers. So let the palms be flat. And now draw your shoulder blades down, your back ribs, sit up tall. Seal the bottom of your front ribs in towards the back of your body, and spin the outer sides, these triceps of your upper arms downward, so that your pinky finger edges of your hands are pressing into the block mostly, rather than the thumb edges. Continue to slide the shoulder blades down, wrap the triceps downward. This is called external rotation of your upper arm bones. And as you keep sitting tall and relaxing the shoulders, breathe in and slowly lift your arms towards overhead. Go only as far as your shoulders relax down. They don't start to lift up. Exhale, slowly extend your arms forward and down, touching the block onto your lap. Now let's try a few more. Slow with the breath. Inhale, lifting the arms. And each new cycle you might explore if there's a further range of motion. Exhale, slowly lower the arms. Now imagine your arms are like a clamp. So firm your pinky finger edges into the block. Inhale up. Keep sealing the front ribs in, dropping the shoulders down. Maybe the upper arms go towards behind the ears, and then exhale down. Twice more to the breath. Inhale up. Exhale down. Try to keep the arms straight. Continue spinning the triceps down as you raise the arms up. Inhale up. And exhale down. Last time, inhale up. And exhale down. All right, and then from here, let's come down to all fours, hands and knees. I need some help here. Thank you. And spread the thumbs towards each other, index fingers pointing forward. Inhale into cow pose, rolling the shoulders back and down, lift your chest. Exhale into cat pose, contract the belly and round the back. 4 more cycles of breath on your own. Breathe in as you slide the shoulder blades down and lift the heart. Breathe out as you contract the belly and dome your spine. Taking your time to pace your movement just as slowly as you're breathing in both directions. Now at the end of your next exhalation, tuck your toes behind you and lift your hips back, entering Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Spend a few breaths there, moving your body any way you might need to. Really try to loosen your neck as you lift the shoulders back away from it. Integrate those actions in the upper arms, external rotation. So wrap your triceps, outer upper arms towards the floor, and plug the shoulder blades back while dropping your head. And then press the thumb and index fingers more firmly into the ground. Now find stillness. Steady your gaze as you relax the eyes. 2 more deep breaths in downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank pose, top of a push-up. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, press the inner heels back, and lift the sides of the belly. Exhale, shift forward and hug the elbows to your ribs, pausing halfway down like a push-up in Chaturanga Dandasana. You can place the knees down if you need more support. Inhale, press up, back to plank. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. 3 more. Inhale, forward to plank, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, glide forward, keep the neck long. Hug the elbows to the ribs, pause halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Twice more. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, glide way forward, hug the elbows to the ribs, Chaturanga Dandasana. Firm the belly, inhale, press up. Exhale, downward dog. Last one. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, shift forward, lower halfway. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward dog. All right, keep your hips leveled. Inhale, raise the right leg behind you. Exhale, bend the knee high towards your nose, rounding forward, plank pose. Softly land the foot beside your right thumb. Stay high on the ball of the left foot. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Now, as you keep your feet hips width apart, parallel to each other, not moving them, bring the feeling as if you're dragging the feet towards each other to create stability. Draw your tailbone downward, square both hips to face forward. And now imagine when you were hugging the block between your pinky fingers. Hug the imaginary block there as you draw the shoulder blades down your back. 2 more breaths. Spin the left heel down, align the right heel to intersect the arch of the left foot, placing your feet as if you're in Warrior Two. Straighten the legs. Inhale, reach the torso forward, lower the right hand, and spiral the left tricep to face the left wall. Spin the left arm overhead, extended triangle pose. Let in a deep breath, draw the shoulders down the back. Exhale, return to Warrior Two. So this is sort of a flow. Wrap the right tricep towards the ground. Keep the right knee bent. Inhale, peaceful warrior, side bend towards the rear wall. Exhale, Warrior Two. Again, inhale, straighten the right leg. Reach the torso forward into triangle pose. Exhale, spin the left tricep towards the left wall. Extend the left arm overhead. Pause here, breathe in. Roll the chest towards the sky. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Sweep the right arm overhead. Exhale, Warrior Two. Last cycle. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Reach the torso forward, entering triangle pose. Inhale, wrap the left tricep to face the left wall. Extend the top arm overhead. Exhale, spiral the chest towards the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. This time, exhale, lower your hands to plank pose. And continue to lower through Chaturanga Dandasana all the way to the ground. Hug the elbows to your ribs. Press the tops of the feet down. Inhale, Cobra. Bhujangasana. Exhale, press up to your version of plank pose. And lift your hips back. Downward facing dog. Pause here for 2 breaths. Let the body be still as you steady your gaze. Keep your left and right hips balanced. Inhale, raise the left leg behind you. Exhale, bend the left knee high towards your nose. Softly land the foot beside your left thumb into a high lunge. Feet hips width apart, parallel. Inhale, rise, crescent pose. Keep the feet still, but imagine the feeling as though you're dragging them towards each other as you draw the tailbone down and square your hips to face forward. Seal in the bottom of your front ribs. Wrap your triceps forward and draw the shoulders down as you lift up through the back of your skull. Last couple of breaths. Open up to your right side, placing your legs in Warrior Two, aligning the left heel to intersect the arch of your right foot. Open up the arms, and then inhale, straighten the left leg. Reach the torso forward, lower the left hand for triangle pose. Wrap the right tricep to face the right wall, extend the top arm overhead. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, back to Warrior Two. Keep the left knee bent. Wrap the left tricep down. Inhale, peaceful warrior, side bend towards your rear wall. Exhale, Warrior Two. Once again, inhale, straighten the legs. Reach forward into triangle pose. Exhale, draw the shoulders down the back. Extend the top arm overhead. Stay on an inhale, spiral your chest towards the sky. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, peaceful warrior, side bend towards the rear wall. Exhale, Warrior Two. Last round, inhale, triangle pose, left hand down, right arm up. Exhale, top arm overhead. Inhale, spiral the chest towards the sky. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands into plank pose and continue to lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. This time choose cobra or upward facing dog. As you breathe in, draw your shoulder heads back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here, 2 deep breaths. From downward dog, wrap your triceps towards the floor even more and start to bend the elbows. See if you might be able to simultaneously lower both forearms into dolphin pose. If your arms are slippery, you could interlace the fingers. If your hamstrings are willing, you could walk the feet forward. Maybe bring the feet together and raise one leg straight up as you keep the hips squared or leveled, and then switch legs. Give it 5 to 10 breaths. And whenever you feel like resting, come down into child's pose where we'll meet. When you arrive in child's pose, place your arms in a position that allows your shoulders to rest. Tuning in, notice how your body feels for a few breaths. Inhale, slowly roll your spine upright. Take one of your blocks, actually one block, set it aside near the rear of your mat. And second block, have a seat at the center of your mat. Hug either the skinniest width or the medium width of the block firmly between your thighs so that your knees are spaced apart, closest to your hips distance apart. Separate your feet just as wide. Parallel your feet. Extend your arms forward, wrapping the triceps down, shoulder blades down, lengthen the spine, and give yourself several slow breaths to gently lower your spine, activating the various muscles of your core from the front to the back, to the left and right sides of your torso, from your neck to your glutes. When your head eventually meets the ground, bring the arms really close to your sides and slide your feet back until you could almost touch your heels with your fingertips. Keep hugging the block, keep paralleling your feet apart. And now take the second block, just like we did in the beginning, and extend your arms towards the ceiling, holding the block the same way that we started, hugging it between the pinky finger edges as you spiral your triceps forward and glide the shoulder blades down the back. Moving bridge pose. Let's take it into 3 cycles, 1 breath each. As you press your feet down, inhale, lift your hips and raise your arms overhead simultaneously, arriving at the peak of bridge as the arms extend all the way to your range. And then exhale, slowly lower your spine, then pelvis, while lowering your arms so the block might tap your thighs. Twice more. Inhale, lift the hips, tilt the chin back. Find the peak of your bridge as you raise the arms towards overhead. Hugging the block between the pinky finger edges. Exhale, slowly lower spine and arms. Last moving bridge pose. All right, this time put the block between your hands aside. Keep the one that's between your thighs and extend your arms towards the sky without the block. Rotate your triceps forward and bend your elbows. Flip your palms to face up as you do that. Keep flexing your wrists until possibly your fingertips touch the ground alongside your ears, or maybe even further, you plant the palms flat. Slightly turn out your fingertips. You can step the hands a little wider apart, making sure your elbows do not splay wider apart than your shoulders width. So hug the elbows close to each other as if you're squeezing a second block between your upper arms. Let's take bridge pose like this with the option to go further into upward facing bow. As you press the feet down, inhale, lift your hips, tilt the chin back, stay here, or if you can continue hugging the block, place the crown of your head to the floor. Stay there, or if the lower back feels safe, press off the hands and feet, staying for your total of 5 to 10 breaths. This is called Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. from upward facing bow. When you're ready to come down, bring the top of the head to the floor. Then gently tuck your chin towards your chest. Then slowly lower upper back, middle back, tailbone. Relax the arms. And give yourself a couple of breaths to observe your body. Observe your breathing. All right, from here, let's take that block that's between your thighs. Lift your hips and slide the block wide across the flat part of your lower back, which is your sacrum. Resting on one block or resting on two stacked. You decide. Let's come into the restorative version of this bridge pose as we enter the yin or the flow, the restore part of our practice. So wrap your triceps towards the ground, press the backs of the shoulders into the earth, tilt your chin back, feet are still parallel to each other. All right, as we enter this more lunar energy of our practice, let's invite our parasympathetic system into that rest and digest practice. Using a breathing technique in which we breathe in for 5 counts, filling up the belly and the side ribs, and we breathe out for 7 counts. So let's practice 3 cycles together, 3 cycles on your own. Prepare to begin by emptying this breath. Then inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5. Exhale 7. Continue 3 more cycles on your own. And when you finish, let go of controlling the breath and observe anything you feel. You might come back to Ujjayi breathing, that equal length in and out breath with a gentle whispering sound through the nose. From here, let's lift the legs straight up. You might adjust the height of the blocks supporting you from below so that you feel stable and relaxed. And allow your legs to relax as you're lifting them. You can bend the knees so your legs don't feel rigid. If you have tightness in the hamstrings, you could place a strap around the balls of the feet and hold that strap with your hands. Let this posture be as easeful as possible, as it is a restorative posture that stimulates circulation, digestion, and the parasympathetic nervous system. Allow for a couple more deep breaths before you begin to bend your knees and set your feet on the ground. When you have lowered your feet, gently remove the blocks from beneath your body, slowly lowering your spine and pelvis to the ground. As you lower your pelvis to the ground, let's bend the knees apart, coming into happy baby pose. You could rock side to side, massaging your sacrum. Hug your knees together and take your time lifting your torso upright to sit, bringing the legs straight in front for a seated spinal twist, right, Henry? So extend your left leg forward, bend your right knee, and step your right foot on the ground, either in front of your right hip or crossed outside of your left knee, in which you could also bend your left knee. Backstroke the right hand to the floor behind your pelvis. Raise the left arm and press down through your pelvis and legs while you lift up to your spine, breathing in. Keep your pelvis and legs still. As you exhale, begin to twist to your right and lower your left arm to hold your right leg, or hook the elbow outside the thigh. As you breathe in again, press down through your lower body and lift up through your spine. And as you breathe out, allow your rib cage to continue turning for several more breaths. On an exhalation, unwind your spine, but hug your thighs closer together, keeping them crossed. Now, if keeping both knees bent throws your pelvis off balance, then straighten your bottom leg like this and flex that foot. You could also elevate your pelvis on your folded blanket. Root down equally through your sitting bones and bend your elbows apart like a cactus shape as your right thigh is on top. Cross your left elbow over the right. Bringing your arms into eagle pose, hook your thumbs or wrap your forearms and palms. Slide your shoulder blades down. Lift up to your spine. And if you can start to bow without rounding your back, hinge forward from the hips with each exhalation, exploring your range of motion. So our legs are in cow face pose or Gomukhasana, and our arms in eagle pose or Garudasana. Pressing down through your pelvis, breathe in to slowly rise up, backstroke the arms and uncross the legs. Allow a moment to sit still in stick pose Dandasana. Noticing your body responding to those series of asanas. We talked about reverence at the beginning of our practice. And there are some postures that we do so many times that we can kind of even maybe not be present while we're in them, right? Do you ever get that while you're driving, when you drive the same route day after day and you get to your destination and you think, wow, how did I get here? I wasn't really paying attention. So how do we bring that attentiveness up a notch into reverence? Well, one way is gratitude. So bringing gratitude to our bodies, to this ability to breathe, to our lungs, to the air, the element of air from Mother Earth. Let's switch sides. Bend the left knee and set the left foot on the ground, either in front of your left hip or crossed outside your right knee, in which you might choose to bend your right knee. Place the left hand behind your pelvis, and as you root down through your two sitting bones, inhale, stretch the spine up, and exhale, twist to your left. Lower your right arm to hold your left leg, or hook the elbow outside the thigh. Inhale, rooting down, lift up to stretch the spine. Exhale, allow your twist to deepen, breath by breath. On an exhalation, unwind your spine and hug your thighs even close together, bringing your legs into cow face pose. Remember, you could straighten the bottom leg and flex the foot if this throws you off balance. Bend your elbows apart, and this time cross the right elbow on top for eagle arms. Breathe in as you press down through the shoulders and hips and lift the spine up. Breathe out as you hinge little by little from your hips. Press down through your pelvis. Breathe in to slowly rise. Backstroke the arms and straighten the legs. In stick pose, once again, pause and observe for a few breaths. Let's prepare for seated forward fold in Paschimottanasana. Rooting down to your sitting bones. You might opt to place a strap around the balls of your feet to make it more accessible to relax the shoulders if needed. Flex your feet, sit up tall as you breathe in, and start to hinge from the hips as you breathe out. Some of you might reach for your big toes to clasp with your index and middle fingers. As you inhale, lead with your chest to slowly rise up. And let's find a comfortable way to sit for one more pranayama practice. Sitting on a pillow if you'd like. Invite you into an energy balancing, calming breathing technique that helps us to tune inward and awakens our intuitive energy as well. It's called Nodi Shodhana Pranayama, or alternate nostril breathing. So as you sit tall and relaxed, you rest your left hand on your lap. You could place it in Gyan Mudra to support focusing. That's where the palm is face up and the thumb and index touch. With your right hand placed in Vishnu Mudra, sticking out the thumb, pinky, and ring fingers, We'll use the right thumb to close the right nostril like this. We'll use the right ring and pinky fingers to close the left nostril like this. As we practice alternate nostril breathing, you might close the eyes and steady your inward gaze towards your intuitive energy center, towards the center of your brain to help you focus as well. Let's practice 3 cycles together and continue for 3 cycles on your own. Then notice how you feel when you've let go of the breath, of controlling the breath. All right, prepare to start by emptying this breath. Right thumb, close right nostril. Inhale left for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Second cycle. Inhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close left. Exhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Inhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Close right. Exhale left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale left. 6. Hold 2. Close left. Exhale right. 6. Hold 2. Inhale right. 6. Hold 2. Close right. Exhale left. 6. Hold 2. Continue 3 more cycles on your own. When you have finished and have let go of controlling your breathing, observe anything you feel for a few moments. And then take your time gently lowering your body into your final resting pose, lying down in a way that supports stillness and relaxation. As you arrive in corpse pose, close your eyes. You might turn the palms face up, down by your sides as you relax the shoulders back and down. And let go of effort in your breathing, in your body. Let your mind rest as you gift yourself your presence. Shavasana. As you continue to rest with eyes closed, observe your body and notice if there is a difference in how you feel physically since the beginning of this practice. Listen to how your body wants to begin waking up, and start with small movements, easing into simple stretches, maybe keeping the eyes closed to help you tune inward. And gradually turn over onto your right side and rest your head there for a few moments while you observe your breathing. Notice what it has to say about your energy now. Then as you're ready, take your time lifting your body up, finding a comfortable way to sit for 5 minutes sitting in meditation. And let your body be positioned in a way that you feel grounded, alert, and relaxed. Choose a mudra that supports focusing for you, such as stacking the palms face up on the center of the lap, thumb tips touching, or Gyan mudra. Close the eyes or steady a gentle downcast gaze. And you might begin by resting a gentle awareness at a point in your body where you can sense the subtle movement of the breath or your heartbeat. Relaxing into focusing on one thing. And if your attention goes astray, as soon as you've noticed that it has, you have awakened and a chance to then let go and rest back into your point of focus. Remember that returning to focusing is a constant part of our meditation practice, especially in the beginning, like in the first few minutes. Notice how your mind feels. Notice any emotions you feel. And so we began our exploration of reverence. How might you start to bring that intention into your day to day this week? Those simple moments when you're drinking tea or coffee in the morning. How can you bring a sense of gratitude to those simple moments? And notice how enriching the experience can be. As we bring our practice to a close, let's take a moment to offer gratitude. Thanking those who've come before us, such as the teachers of yoga through many, many, many generations, that this ancient practice has been passed down, and we today get to benefit from it. Thank you to this body that can move and practice these postures in the way that it does. And then come back to your intention that you set at the beginning. How might you step forward from this practice with that intention, continuing to cultivate it? And then remember to whom or what you dedicated tonight's practice. And together, let's close as we chant Om 3 times. Feel the resonance that you're both giving and receiving through your voice that we've cultivated in this practice together. So let in a deep breath. And bowing in towards your heart center, honoring the lights within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.